Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't count me down.
3,
1.
No.
Two.
Okay. Sure.
Okay, Spyro Third Block, SpudCon 2016. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, Swan, hold it.
What? Oh.
Ronnie wants to see the
Got
meme
it
pillar.
Yeah. My face went spinker.
So, what category is this that you are running?
This is any percent. Spyro on any percent.
Did you start the timer?
No, well, it doesn't matter.
No, it's fine. I can do it.
Oh
now.
yeah, you're
You
gonna
can,
do it
like,
now.
actually
Okay.
do it.
Yeah, alright, we're fine.
So yeah, this is any percent Spyro 1. This game doesn't have a lot of big skips, so a lot of what Ikka's going to be doing is collecting dragons and gems
Nice.
in order to unlock in order to let the balloonists take you to the next home worlds. Yeah, it's a very non-linear game in terms of like the routing, because you need to collect a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so basically the category goes, each balloonist requires you to have either a certain amount of gems, a certain amount of dragons, or a certain amount of dragon eggs to take you to the next homeworld. So the route basically gets all of those requirements in as fast a way as possible. There's, I think, 50 dragons we need, 6,000 gems, and 5 dragon eggs.
And that's a pretty high percentage of the possible stuff you can get. There's only, I think, 55 dragons that you can get before the requirement, so you end up getting most of them. And then there's like 10,500 gems, and you have to get 6 of them. Oh yeah, so the dragon that's in front of you right when you start the game has an unskippable cutscene that is really long. It's almost worth getting, actually. It looks, because it's right there. You don't have to detour at all, but it has this like 20-second cutscene or whatever it is. So this jump here is kind of tricky.
Oh my lordy,
God.
dude. This is fantastic.
Good start.
Tilt.
Nah, it's all good.
Yeah, I'm tilted, boys. I need a break. I'll read off some facts.
So we're just trying to get up
Hold
on this mountain here to skip to the other area and get more dragons.
Video game.
Yeah, further.
You guys like video games?
Further to the left.
Made the drinking competition this.
Are you gliding or charging?
Kinda do like, I don't even know,
Just
inputs.
charge.
Let's pretend that was
Co-op
first
run, guys.
try.
So yeah, that's all good. So yeah, we do that just to skip to where the other dragon is.
So the thing about Artisans is that it's really dragon heavy, but not very gem heavy. So it doesn't end up worth it to get a lot of the dragons that are here. So that's why we only end up going into 2 of the worlds.
Yeah, there's a lot of dragons you can get very quickly, but they don't have gems near them, and so they're not worth grabbing. Most of the dragons that we skip in the route are in Artisan. It's like, what, 4 in Dark Hollow?
4 in Dark
1 in
Hollow, yeah.
Toasty.
4 in Dark Hollow, 1 in Toasty.
Oh yeah, so there's not 55 total.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we skip
Because
more up.
skipped-
Yeah, we skip
skip
one
an
in
entire level.
Dry Canyon and Terrace and stuff. Yeah, I can't remember how many dragons there are. Good commentary. I haven't run this game in like a year. Shut
So
up.
in this video game, there are some collectibles.
Yeah.
There are, yes. And we get some of them. Except in 120% where we get all of them. This is another jump similar to the one in Stone Hill. Just lets us skip most of the level.
Let's like go around the right.
Can anyone explain to me how the percentages of Spyro work?
In
Like-
1 they don't. Like the numbers don't make any sense.
Yeah, in 1 it's like it gets 100% and unlocks the final world, and then for some arbitrary reason the final world or the final level gems are all worth like
Way more.
than
Yeah.
any other gem in the game.
Yeah, I don't know. I think in 3, like everything has
3,
a set
everything actually
percentage,
has a
and it all
percentage.
adds up.
Yeah.
But basically, you get percentage for dragons, gems, and eggs. And so
then
in
it just sort of ends up being
you end if you
120.
yeah
Yeah.
like it's 100%, and then after you get 100%, you unlock a level with a bunch of extra stuff in it.
So again,
Good
another.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah. No, that's all good. That's all
that's a
good.
super con bonk.
So yeah, that's called a wall glide. Basically, if you glide up against a wall, the wall causes you to keep some of your gliding height, or in this game you can even gain height if you do it really well. And it just lets you skip over that mountain, get to a dragon quicker.
In there, boys.
Yeah, I think a lot of the like harder things in your route are in artisans though, like those jumps.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but since it's rather hard.
yeah.
Oh, movement.
It's also worth pointing out, because of the way this category works, there's a lot of possible routes. Like, everyone does different stuff.
Where's your 43 there?
Yeah. Ika has the Australian world record, what are you talking about?
Sending a fat.
Oh, okay. That's a blast from the past.
Yeah.
Sorry, we...
Yeah.
Yeah, the
So another thing to talk about in all three Spyro games is flame charging, where you can flame something to break it open, like some enemies, stuff like that, fan chests, the like wooden chests that you can sort of see, and if you charge at the right time, it basically tricks the game into thinking that you charged the chest instead of flamed it, and so the gem still ends up homing in. So we can use that to sort of
just
cut
optimize
corners,
movement, yeah.
just save minuscule time everywhere where we don't have to stop charging or like pick up gems that get flung up into the air, that sort of thing.
Yeah, normally if you flame gem containing, the gem just like pops out and doesn't home in. So. Oh yeah, he exits there. Didn't know if he got. There's the last dragon in that level is one of the. Yeah, it's like some people get it, some people don't. Yeah, Cliff Town, the next level, is pretty hard. There's a bunch of unintended jumps. I don't know how many of them he's going for, but we'll see.
So the first is going to be one at the very start. You go around here and there's an area behind there that has a lot of gems.
Yeah, that pink
That
gem out of
25
that chest,
makes
up
it
to 25.
very worth it.
Yeah.
And you're meant to go up onto the cliffs and then just glide around to the back, but because it's so close, you can just sort of jump and grind up against that wall and land on the other side.
Yeah. Yeah.
Coming up is another one. So it's worth talking about the mechanics of this game now, where if you like jump straight after you stop charging, you'll see like he sort of does a little extra head bob and gets a bit of extra height from the jump.
Yeah. You conserve some momentum from your charge into the jump. Lets you go slightly further. And then there's if you then like charge before gliding at the top of your jump, that's called a charge glide. I don't know why. And that makes you go a bit further as well. You can end up making quite a few jumps that aren't really intended. The flame charge there, didn't get it. Flame charges in this game are pretty precise. In 2 and 3 they're very easy, but this game they're pretty hard.
Yeah, basically everything that is flame chargeable sort of has its own timing for flame charging. So you can't just have a like broad stroke of, oh, you flame and you charge and then you will get it.
Yeah.
So like you need to know the timing for each individual thing. Some being a lot harder than others.
Yeah, we'll use the cannon to break that pillar so we can get into night flight. This is one of the flight levels. There's no dragons in these. You just fly around getting. It's like a time trial. You get all the objects, like fly through rings and flame stuff. And at the end of it, you get 300 gems, which it's a quick 300 gems, so they're worth getting. The only one we don't do is the very first one, which obviously you didn't see.
So I think at one point the first flight was done, but after a while it was just deemed, I think because you need to do some extra stuff to sort of unlock that, and it just ended up not being quite worth it.
Yeah, it was in the very old task made by, is it Laponia? Yeah, from like 2011. Maybe. Anyway, it's a really old task. It was like one of the starting points for reading this game for RTA. And that did something for that. It's kind of fallen out of use.
What we did there was animation skip. When you collect the last item, fly across the screen. Spyro flies in the screen, showing off that you've completed it. But if you collide with something when animation is happening, it'll cut it and take it to the that it would go to afterwards. Boss hit. No way for Spyro to go basically crashing it, but through it. Skips you to the.
Yeah. Eka tried to do an animation skip on that thief the first time. You flame it and then charge jump, and because normally when you flame a thief, you get stopped while the egg animation starts, and then you can skip the egg animation, but it's still slow. But if you charge jump just after you flame it, it like stops you while you're already moving, and so you keep moving, and so you get to skip the animation. Main mic does funny out. Do you mean the runner's mic, like Eka's mic? Zoom me to the rescue.
Cheers,
Yeah,
bud.
if I remember correctly, that one's actually got like a pretty decent noise going on.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty far away.
Yeah, he was sitting like pretty far away.
Yeah.
We'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
Let testing
Yeah,
1,
we
2,
just
3.
completely skipped a boss there. Like not like with a trick or anything. We just chose not to do it. There's a boss at the end of that level. It gives you some gems, but they're not fast, so we just don't bother. The bosses in this game are completely optional, except for the last one. So. Most Gavin's a pretty good level. It's kind of long. We get 5 dragons from this, I think, which is all of them.
I'm gonna go for it because
Yeah, it's not worth it in any percent.
yeah. So there's another thing to note with every dragon that we're getting. After you get a dragon, Spyro does this walk to a particular spot, and that's always the same spot for each dragon. Like every dragon has its own spot that Spyro will walk to. Basically, if you're on the wrong side of the dragon, that walking animation will take a much longer time than if you were if you could just go in a straight line to that instead of walking around the dragon. So basically, for every dragon, we try and optimize where you free the dragon from, so that you have less of that walking animation.
Yeah, I think if you go from like the opposite of where you should be for every dragon, that's like 2 seconds per dragon or something. And there's 50 dragons, so that's a lot of time that you save just from optimizing dragon collection. Because yeah, you walk really slow. Nice stairs here. Nice. Yeah, you just kind of go around the outside of those stairs and just go through them without stopping.
Another unintended jump here using the extra height that you can get.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not too hard, but it's kind of a shortcut.
Yeah, basically like going all the way around to to get to that dragon wouldn't really be worth it as far as gems and everything are concerned. So we get the high value gem off of the light post and then just go straight over.
Yeah, so you could see with that dragon really obviously, he ran all the way around to the other side of it just so he could skip the animation.
Yep, I'm donezo.
Oh, bad. Oh,
The requirement for that one was 1,200 gems.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have more than that, but
Yeah, it ends up being more than that just because the gems in the overall scheme of things still end up being good to get. So we overshoot that, but it's better in the long run for when we need the 6,000 gems at the end of the run.
yeah. Yeah, I don't think we pointed out, but those blue thieves give you eggs. You need 5 of them. There are 12 in total, and they're only in the first 3 worlds. Like, lots of them in this world. But we don't need too many. But these wizards, like, raise platforms, but you can kind of manipulate them by moving in a certain way to not raise their platforms.
Raise your platforms, chat.
Yeah. Trying to make a scare cycle at the start of this level. Yeah. You can't even flame charge. Let's go. Okay, I made the
They
stairs.
made the stairs up always.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, more people chat so that the Banks platform rises. Right, the chat elevator, boys.
Oh yeah, so that's like a wall that guy raises that you're not supposed to be able to get past. You have to wait for it. But with the jumping mechanics that we explained earlier, you can just skip that entirely. I could never get that jump from the dragon platform up to the left.
You just hold like
hold X
yeah.
and square.
I know, that's what people
directions.
say, but I don't know, it never works. Also, yeah, those fireworks jets can be finicky. Like, enemy corpses tend to stick around for quite a while in this game, and so they can block your flame.
The beast face just sort of sits on top of the fireworks chest and you can't do anything about it.
I feel like I was going to fall out of bounds there. That would've been good. Thanks, Man13. All the love from us.
So here's a really interesting thing. Basically,
Yeah, that wall doesn't
to
exist.
save space, a lot of these games sort of just don't, like, they visually have walls there, but there isn't actually any collision on those walls. And so, for whatever reason, there's that wall there that you can very easily glide to that
Yeah.
just isn't actually there.
It looks really cool, like you just glide through this wall, but it's really easy. Like, you just, as long as you know where it is, it's not hard. Yeah, even Zoomy.
Yeah, that's the scale. It, like,
Yeah. So we skipped that egg thief. It was right there, like right in front of us. But we skipped it because we don't need it, and there are gems there that we could get instead. The out of bounds in the previous level let us get an extra thief, so we skipped the one in the home one.
and so that's basically where there are a couple of thieves where you can, like, mainly that thief that we got in, like, by going through that invisible wall, or the wall that isn't actually there. You, like, go for a thief skip on that, and it's not a big deal if you miss it, because there is that extra thief that's just sitting there in the home world.
Yeah, you're like 4 or 5 viewers. It's no big deal. Ronnie with the call out. Yeah, this is one of the levels with a lot of different routes. Like, some really hard supercharged tracks.
Yeah.
Some
Basically, with all this supercharged stuff, like,
nice meme.
it just gives you a lot of possibilities with what you can actually do,
Yeah.
and makes stuff that going through normally wouldn't
That was
actually do.
fantastic.
Get through! No! You might have still been able to get through there if you flew.
It makes stuff that like wouldn't normally be fast by just running through it be fast because you can supercharge through the whole place.
And so yeah, this is like super flame. It lets you kill spiders. These spiders you can't normally kill. You need to either supercharge through them or use the super flame. Do they have high value gems? Do they? Yeah, the fastest route for this level like supercharges through all of this stuff. It's crazy. Yeah. Guess it's worth shouting out Tuval and Chris and Sabu, who are the best runners of this game. Check out speedrun.com/Spyro1.
I don't know, take from what you will, but Marta passed out for like 3 hours last
Yeah,
night.
he did.
One shandy too many.
Is commentary volume low?
Probably talking a bit quiet, I guess.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know.
Buffet's pretty far.
Yeah, I'm just sort of chilling back here.
If it's too low, we can make it louder. But yeah, I mean, if you can't hear like Marta, then that's
Yeah.
fairly that's like nothing because he's really far away from the mic. Not like he's got anything interesting to say. Yeah, yeah, that would work. Commentary in the form of an emoji. Get
So
some-
this is a really cool strat where you can just hold the supercharge over all the islands, come back through, and then use it to get over this one where there's a thief and some high value gems.
yeah.
Always scares me too. Gotta have faith.
In the char. Broken emoji. A square.
Giant version.
What emoji is it?
The guy praying.
That's the last egg we get.
Yeah, that's 5. That did not look like triple trade to me.
Just leave me alone. We talked about this yesterday. Leave me alone. Do what I want.
Yeah, I think next up is another flight, similar to the previous one. Except this one's way better.
After our training, Ikka's gonna get what we call dragon skip.
Oh yeah.
Thanks to masterful training.
Has he got it?
What are you doing? Maybe.
I
Could be
felt the
it.
vibration. Generally, if you feel
Yeah.
a slight vibration,
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
chance.
So basically, there was a dragon like right outside that portal, and if he did it right, when he comes out of the portal, there will be no dragon, because he the way levels like loading works in this game. When you go through a portal, the level doesn't start loading straight away. The camera has to like come behind Spyro and then pass through the portal. And so during that time, Spyro keeps moving forward. And so if he touches the dragon outside the portal during that time, it gets collected, but you don't have to watch the little cutscene. And so when you come out, you'll have the dragon for free. Saves like 7 seconds.
Yeah, it works out to about 6 or 7 because obviously you don't have to watch the animation at all, and if you get it when you're coming out of the portal, you end up right behind it, so you lose about that 2 seconds that we talked about by having to walk all the way around the dragon.
Another animation skip there, yeah.
Yeah. Ikka's on top of it. Moment of truth. Nice.
Hey.
Yeah. So that's Dragon Skip. This game does come down to a lot of like very small time saves just from movement, but there are some skips like that.
So I think this is the level that we probably get the highest percentage of gems because it's an incredibly short level
Yeah.
and there's like a ridiculous amount of gems in it.
Yeah, I think we normally get like all but 5 of the gems.
Yeah. So, but like as you can see, like literally everything is 5s and 10s, and there's just so many gems in a very
Wasn't
short
intentional.
space of time.
You all got blown hard. Yeah, so this is Blowhard. Good boss. Oh, we skipped those. Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, you want to make those platform cycles, otherwise you have to wait for ages for them to move back. Oh, weird cycle.
Oh, what? Dang. I got greedy grabbing that gem.
It's crazy how common deaths are in this room. Like, and then yeah, the boss gives us like 1 billion gems.
It's like 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a
You got
5 gem at
three,
the
yeah.
top, and
Yeah.
then yeah. And then that's it for World 3. Alright. I'd say this is where the game starts getting harder, like quite a lot harder. Maybe, yeah, I don't know about this category, but in 120 it gets quite a lot harder about here.
So yeah, Beastmakers is sort of known to be home of like some of the much more difficult worlds. So we have stuff coming up like Misty Bog and Treetops that are generally considered to be quite difficult.
We're gonna skip a level right here, actually. This is the only level since Artisans that we, like after Artisans, that we skip. Because it's just not worth. Well, I mean, it's almost worth it. There are some routes that do it, and it was kind of the standard for a little bit. But most people don't bother with it now. It's got like 2 fast dragons and then like some gems. But it requires getting some really crazy cycles to be worth it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, another flight level. Wild Flight has a bunch of routes. I think Ikka does a custom thing
Yeah.
that I'd never seen
A
before
route.
yesterday. Or do they do? Okay. Oh, he's in the marathon. I guess I'll do a roll call.
So we've obviously got Ika running, Paso,
I'm Dak.
Zoom.
That's Zoomy. I don't know if you can hear him.
Yeah, good.
And
and
Marta,
yeah, Marta on
far
the
right.
end of the cat.
Yeah. Follow us all on Twitter.
Modding in your channel.
Yeah, yeah. Zoomy's trying to collect as many mods as he can.
Become a crusader one day.
Yeah. Twitch, give me a job. I have mod in 500 chat. I'm obviously trustworthy. Yeah, we grabbed those gems after the flight because the whirlwind outside the flight takes a few seconds to spawn in, and so we use that time to get the gems. I guess we're getting backup gems.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a nice thing about this category because you don't have to get everything. You kind of have to adjust your route on the fly depending on what you've missed. Generally, if you like go past something, it's usually not worth it to turn around, and it's better to just get something later on to make up for it. Because turning around in this game is really slow.
Slow, we got there.
Speaking of which, no, yeah, like the last couple of levels end up being really variable depending on gem counts. Oh yeah, this is Misty Bog. Forgot to mention this level is hard. It's got really bullshit enemies in it. The trees, they come at you and kill you, and the frogs have really long range on their tongues.
Do wild attack frogs thing?
Okay.
Stated by the dragon.
Got some Spyro facts here.
Go through that thing.
Yeah. He also
Yeah,
went
well,
through that
that's where-
entire room without getting the enemies.
Yeah.
Gems, when they pop up, they have, as far as I know, like sort of a period of time where they're not actually like collectible until they sort of reach the height of their popping animation.
Yeah, I think you have to
Nice.
pick them up on the way down, I think.
Love this.
Yeah, that's hard jump.
Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, just Death of Beast, still good. Yeah, so when you die in this game, you respawn at the last dragon you collected. So sometimes it can be
Oh.
sometimes it can be faster to just die than to go back around for stuff. Or if you run out of health, it can be. I guess no one's talked about Sparks. The little gold dragonfly following Spyro around. His name's Sparks. He's your health, but he also picks up gems for you. So if you take too many hits, he disappears, and you have to pick up every gem manually by touching it, and that sucks. So we try not to allow that to
Oh.
happen.
Okay, we're fine.
So oftentimes if you're at 0 sparks and going into a section with lots of gems, you can just Death Abuse to get sparks back. Those little purple containers are life containers. Give you extra lives.
So we're coming up to something that we fondly call Guantan.
Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, this is the room of hell in Misty Bog, where you have to get into it, and it's frogs galore.
Suddenly enemies. Yeah.
So that actually went pretty well. It took one hit, but like it sort of got through the room pretty quickly.
Yeah, you can get completely destroyed in that room depending
Yeah.
on
You
where
can
the
go
frogs
from
are.
gold sparks to dead.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah.
I don't know whose idea it was to put like 10 frogs in one room. Yeah.
Social
It's a
experiment.
social experiment.
You have to alternate charging and flaming because you have to flame the frogs before
Yeah.
they hit you with the tongue, and you have to charge the shielded enemies.
Yeah.
So it makes it very difficult to get through that room.
Also, you just picked up a 5 gem coming out of Misty Bog. That's from a boar that he didn't kill before he entered the level. But because it spawns in, like, in your way when you come out of the portal, the game just kills it and you just get the gem automatically. You can do that outside Night Flight as well. Just one of the enemies just dies if you don't kill it.
Bad.
So what he tried to do there was go really fast, and it caused, and it caused it. So when he entered the level, you just kind of, you can kind of see it there as that green thief. We're chasing him. We can get ahead of him, but if you get far enough ahead of him, he teleports to his like end spot, and you can kill him more quickly.
Because
But-
basically, what we're gonna do here is he'll go up the ramp there by just spinning around, and he'll go over here. But because he didn't end up getting in front of the thief there, he has to just sit here and wait for the thief to actually jump over. Where if he got far enough in front of him, the thief would just be sitting here ready for it to kill.
Yeah, it's not a big time save,
No.
but
That's probably
yeah. But he's got a 25 gem, so he's worth waiting for.
It probably ends up faster if you don't need to go back. Like if you didn't get all of the chests the other way.
Yeah, we get that thief early. Normally he runs away from you and you have to find him somewhere else in the level. But you can just do what Ikka did there and kill him early. Again, not a big time save, but it's worth doing.
So coming up here is going to be another one of the like larger tricks in the front.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully,
You got it.
you got it, man. Where basically we use sort of this scenery that's around the end of the level and the speed from a supercharge. And that high platform up there, you're meant to go through a whole series of long super.
Oh, got the bunk.
No.
What a troll.
So as you can see there, he ramped off of the side and like basically should have made it up there.
Yeah, that's not supposed to be a ramp. That's very much unintended.
So this is sort of the more intended
This-
path where you
yeah.
take this long supercharge around, but it means you wouldn't be able to get all the gems that you got from that inside room from the enemies and stuff that were in there.
Yeah.
And so, unfortunately, we bonked on that fan chest instead of just breaking it with the supercharge, like is also possible. But it's not too bad.
Yeah. Could have been a lot worse. Yeah. The way supercharge works is when you start supercharging, you have like white trails behind you, and you have a slow supercharge. And the more supercharge ramps you go down, you gain more speed. So that's why you were able to get to that high bit by going on multiple ramps. Alright. So last level in this world, this is boss Metalheads. We get a load of stuff from the level before we fight the boss. This is a really good level for gems.
So something to note about this level as well is as soon as you enter the level, there are cycles that the boss runs off, where he has destroyable pillars that sort of power the boss, and they cycle between being able to charge them and not. And so as soon as you enter the level, those cycles start.
The cycles don't actually start until you get like pretty near the boss, as far as I'm aware.
Okay.
Like,
But yeah,
yeah, like
Yeah.
the first part of the level doesn't actually matter in
Yeah.
terms of the cycles. But it's like this bit up here needs to go well to get the right side.
Nice.
Speaking of which, no, it's all good. Yeah, this is the last dragon we collect. Oh no, second to last. This is the 50th dragon we collect. It's so we now have enough to get to the last home world. We will need to collect one more later, just because. Oh, we got a good cycle then. Oh no, it still worked out.
What have I missed?
Yeah,
Nice.
getting
Nice.
Come on.
So yeah, for some reason, there's that little pit of lava there, or goo.
the
And
troll acid.
Yeah, there's basically this code in the game for if you fall in goo or acid or something that's like way out of bounds that you wouldn't possibly be able to survive from. The game just auto kills you because that would be faster and make more sense. But for some reason that acid that's right there and you could jump in very easily has that auto kill function set to it.
Yeah.
And so if you accidentally like flop into there or something when you're going for a little like cutting the corner sort of thing, you'll just die.
Yeah, it's stupid. Like, even if you have full health, you just die. Alright. So we're gonna get a few gems in the home world, including a locked chest. I think we got a couple of those, so we haven't explained them, but some levels have keys. You collect the key, and then that unlocks a locked crate in a different part of the level.
I unlocked.
These stairs suck. The lock chest, this is the key, it's just gonna pick it up right here. The lock chests generally have a lot of gems, so they're often worth getting, even though you have to detour for the key. Yeah, so this here, it's got a lot of gems on it. You're not supposed to be able to jump up that ledge. Kind of makes use of the fact that when you jump and then charge at the top of your jump, you go slightly up before you start going down. So you can make it up onto a couple of ledges that wouldn't normally be reachable. Two.
Two.
Yeah, there's two.
We do a flight and the
Yeah, so at this point, we're done with collecting dragons. We only need gems, and most of the levels in Dreamweavers don't have good gems. Like, the start of the level is really bad for gems. And so we do this skip right here. Nice. So we just damage boost off those guys to skip up here. Normally you'd have to shrink them with a cannon that's in a completely different part of the level. But we can just skip through those to get up to Icy Flight, which gives us another 300, and then we'll do one more level, and that'll be it for gems.
Good too.
Yeah, good gem count. I say good gem count, I actually wasn't watching it.
No, it's good.
Professional commentary.
5, 3,
Yeah.
6, 8.
Oh, that's pretty
Yeah,
good.
it's,
300 people.
Yeah, so this is where, like, paying attention to your gem count becomes really important, because the last level, not this one, but the one after it,
fine.
you can get a lot of gems, but you can also, if you don't want to get a lot of gems, you can just skip straight to the end really quickly. And so you need to work out how many gems you need from the last level, so what details you need to do.
Yeah. The last level is really nice in that it's another boss level, and the boss is really heavy on gems. There are 175 gems that are just sitting, basically just sitting at the end of the level, ready to take by beating the boss. And so, and also through the whole level, there's again, like, it's just really dense on high value gems. And so it becomes really good as a like end level to just sort of cap out all of the gems that you need.
Oh, that was a weird... I've never seen that Icy Flight route before, ending on that train.
That's one if you missed the early train back there.
Yeah. Yeah, but if you miss the early train, you can just do the normal route and just, like,
Yeah.
get that one as it comes past. Anyway.
Airline.
Yeah, it's all good.
That's what I do anyway when I miss it.
So yeah, this is Jack. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, he'll get not very many gems, and then he'll kill the boss. So we're looking for 6,000 coming out of this level. This is where it pays to be able to do maths in your head.
I can't yet. Maybe one day.
Yeah. Try and get cake skip here. Grab this key, and then... Nice. Yeah. Yeah. So if you're too slow, you have to flame those guys again to raise the platforms.
Double send. Always nice.
Skip this dragon, we don't need it. And then this is Jack. He just runs away from me.
Again, top tier bosses in this video game.
Yeah. 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 We're gonna be a little bit overjammed, but that's better than the alternative.
You see, nicely my point of view from yesterday.
Yeah.
Just caught on to what
That's
you're
not too bad. That's not too bad.
I thought it was gonna be like.
Yeah, optimally you would want to have like 6,000 or 6,001 or something.
Yeah.
The more over 6,000 you have, the more time
you wasted.
Yeah. the more time you've wasted
Some
collecting
of the, like,
gems.
top tier runners, if they know their exact gem count going up, they will know exactly what gems they are getting, like exactly which
Yeah.
values at what point.
Yeah, it's something you really need if you want to.
It's crazy.
Yeah, we grab this dragon because we have to. If not, the second level in this world just won't open.
Not doing post.
Excuse me.
Yeah, there are some
Combos.
skips you can do in this world. The world record has a skip that like is basically impossible. Like, I still don't believe he got it. That lets you skip everything. in this
It's
level.
some 1 in 1,000 trick that he just got on a sort of mediocre run for his standards, and yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
ended
that
up being world record.
that was.
So this is sort of where the worlds get pretty cool as far as skips go again, where we use that guy holding the TNT and his animation just sort of throws you in the air.
We
You
don't-
can land on the scenery and just glide straight to the end of level.
Yeah, we don't need to collect anything anymore, so we can just get to the end of levels as quickly as possible in order to unlock the next ones. So the more kind of normal skip for top tier runners, like most people still don't do it, skips this level entirely. Saves like 40 seconds if you get it first try, but it's extremely difficult. Yeah, do a little corner cut here. And skips the dragon again. towards the end.
Oh no.
Oh, these guys are trolly as well because their bullets like push you backwards, and so you can end up getting pushed into the water and just killed. Sparks looks nasty. Let's go. Because that's hard.
Yeah.
So yeah, wait, this is the final boss we're about to see. Yeah, this is coming very close to the end. Again, it's a boss in Spyro 1, so there's not much to it. We need to get some keys to unlock the path that the boss is on, and then just hit him twice and he dies. So we do some early thief trickery here. Just kill him before he starts moving, and then get this guy to run the wrong way and just pick up his key.
He's sort of running to the wall, he'll just run back.
Yeah.
And yeah, the first guy, if you're not like running towards him along the ground, he just doesn't move, and so you can do some trickery with a jump and like a flame charge in the air sort of thing, and he just won't move and he'll sit there and get hit by your flame.
Yep. Yeah, Nasty's is invincible at this point. We just have to chase after him. In a 120 run, we'd have to get all the gems on the path during this, and it's kind of difficult, but in any percent, we don't need to bother. We just keep up with him. And then this is the last possible place you can die. And get stuck on these platforms.
Yeah.
And that is time.
Time.
What was that?
46.
Oh, not bad. And that was from... No, that was from movement, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a pretty good time. Good job, Ika.
Continue Spyro
Don't-
Fun 2.
Yeah.
Well, mostly. I still got some treasure to pick up. What will you do next?
Alright. Yeah. Okay. So, I guess I'll get set up.
And now it is time for
Doesn't act as a case, just like lift it off.
You doing a
Oh, yeah.
commentary? You know more about it than me.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Probably.
I can talk about J Penguin
block
Proxy.
What's that?
I can talk about J Penguin Proxy for a few hours.
Crash blocks over, bro.
Yeah, this is Spyrothon 2.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we had Crash Block all of yesterday, we've got Spyro all of today.
Well, I mean, yeah, it continued.
Yeah, it continued all
the way into Bravely Default.
Yeah.
Crashed
Every
at
game
3.
crashed.